Monique, Oprah, and Tyler Perry, y'all. G's on peace. Like, listen, I wish I was on YouTube when this story first hit because I had so much to say about it, but it's been so long. But all right, if you don't know, this is what happened. I'm gonna give you the lowdown real quick, okay? So Monique did a movie Precious, and Lee Daniels called her up personally and said, "Hey Monique, this movie needs you, girl. Right? We don't have the big budget or whatever the case is, but I want to know if you want to hop on board." So Monique only got $50,000 for the movie, right? So now, as you know, it has ties to Oprah Winfrey and whatnot. But what ended up happening is the fact that literally Monique did her touring or whatever the case is that she was supposed to do domestically. And I believe they wanted her to do international touring as well. And Monique was like, "Okay, so are you going to pay me for that?" So their whole thing was like, "No, we don't ever pay people who are going to do touring." So she was basically like, "Well, I only got $50,000 for the film." And the film, I gave an Oscar winning performance. Like, the film has numerous accolades, this, that, and the third, numerous awards, this nominations, da 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 da. The least you could do is to pay me for doing something that I am not obligated to do contractually. They said no. Now, people got in their feelings. Lee Daniel basically said, like, what's going on? Like, he basically complained about her and made her into a difficult person to work with. And it skyrocketed from there. Then Tyler Perry, who she did not have no interactions with, was also talking about her and saying things about her that weren't true, and he was not present for it. And it just became like a situation where I feel like she was unfairly treated. And at the end of the day, like, when if you fulfill your obligation, if you want to treat this as a professional thing and as not as a favoritism thing. Oh, and by the way, this is also something that created a lot more bad blood, is that Lee Daniels had basically told her, "Hey, I know you didn't get, what you deserve to be paid for in Precious. However, I am creating Empire State, Empire, right? The series Empire with Cookie Lions and whatever, starring Terrence Howard and whatever the case is. Like, he literally said the part is yours, okay? You just need to, I already know the part is yours, you already got it." He sent her like an email or something of the sort. And but he said that, oh, the above head people, they just need to have like an audition on file. So she was like, "I would love to arrange that. I'm so pumped about this, whatever the case is." And come to find out, they didn't cast her. They cast Taraji P. Henson. So that also created some bad blood. And then when she spoke about it, which she had the right to do in an interview, Lee Daniels said, "Oh, he never made no promises like that." So then in another interview, she came with receipts, y'all. She came with all the emails and this, that, and the third. And then for a while, Monique kind of seemed like she was blackballed. And Monique is not the type of person who's just going to allow for you to walk all over her and then like just act like you didn't do, like she's responsible for the way you're treating her and whatnot. She's not that type of person. If you know Monique from her comedy days stand up, like, you know that Monique is not that type of person. She don't have that type of personality. She's very forthright with her opinion and all that. So homegirl was like, forget that. And she called out Tyler Perry, she called out Oprah Winfrey, and she called out Lee Daniels. And at the end of the day, y'all, I can't be upset with her for calling people out and for saying you need to take accountability for your actions. Like, I don't understand. Like, why wouldn't you say, like, it's not like if you're producing Empire, man, just give her like a large, amount of money for the role. Actually, give her the role first and foremost. Give her a large amount of money so it kind of double up for what she missed out on for Precious, and be there for her. She had your back when nobody knew no Lee Daniels from nothing. Understand? Nobody knew him. Like, if it wasn't for Precious, we would not know Lee Daniels. And to be honest with you, if he did not get somebody like Monique who brought her name to the game and her fame to the game, then Precious probably would not have sold as it did. And then second of all, this whole Empire, series probably would not have sold either. So at the end of the day, Lee, you messed up. No, that don't mean that I don't want for you to cast me one of your shows, honey. Tyler Perry, this don't mean that either. But I have to keep it real, y'all. I've got to keep it real. I've got to keep it honest and forthright with you. So, Monique, I stand in your corner, baby. You just need to focus on you, get back to what it is that you love to do. And yes, you may have been blackballed, and yes, you may have been this and that, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, your time is your time, and the sun gonna shine.